Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Wednesday and it's Wednesday night, so it's time. It's time for the Bold Prediction Sports Media podcast. We're talking NFL action. We're talking NFL Week 6 action. As tradition, he's Mr. KC from the 813. I'm that dude with the beard. We about to bring it to you, baby. Mr. KC, how's it going, my man?
Oh, it's going good. Another exciting week of NFL action. A wild one. We've seen some crazy upsets, some ones that we definitely called. I went 8-4 last week, and I believe what'd you go? What was it?
7 and 5.
7-5.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Man,
and
and it
shout
was a
out to
couple
Ray.
of shockers.
Said he got beat up last week. He said he went 4-12. I'm guessing he went 4-8. You went 4-8. It wasn't that at all that bad. 4-8, Ray. It happens to the best of us. We don't get called bold for not swinging and missing sometimes. So don't feel bad.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I know one of them
The only
games
one
that
that
bitch
kind
was
of killed
that
me.
Denver game.
Mm, that ain't no lie. And the one that Jags versus Bills that you got right, it kills me because if you watch the tape, like I talked myself into it and I didn't take the Bills. I remembered it was in September, and next thing you know, they're losing to the Jags in London.
I told you, I said it
The
was
recipe
October.
was right
I
there.
had to tell you. I tried to tell you.
Yeah, and then I made the mistake of not sticking with Jordan Love's a bum. Um, I wasn't sure if Jimmy G was playing those, so I'm going to
Right,
cut
just
myself a little slack on
asterisk
that
on that.
Raiders game.
Yeah, small asterisk on that.
Yeah, but I'll take the L. It happens. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, and they got me a little bit more ground, and we just gonna grind this thing out. This week is gonna be a slobber knocker of a week in the NFL. Honestly, I think this is probably gonna be one of the most action-packed weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's start it off. Let's go with game one. Let's talk about these Broncos coming to Arrowhead.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Jeff Bezos Thursday night super fight. And what better way to book it than the Kansas City Chiefs, the perennial owners, the parents, celebrating with their second home away from home, Arrowhead West Junior. We're facing our JV team, the Denver Broncos, and this is like ownership of a car. Like, remember when you buy your first car, it's always a cash car, and you get the title, and they
Mm.
sign it over to you, and you own it. This is much how Patrick Mahomes feel every time he sees the Denver bus come in. He's like, this is just a team that I know I own, that I'm comfortable with, that hasn't beaten me, and in the history of since I've strapped on my NFL cleats, like
Mm.
this this game is just it's another one. Is what they say. It's just another one. It's water under the bridge. We're not overlooking them. We definitely do have issues. Sometimes we play to the certain teams' levels, but I think we'll just stomp them out this time. I don't think it's going to be close. Of course, I'm going Kansas City, Mr. KC.
Yeah, it's wild to think about that the Denver Broncos Super Bowl was more recent than the last time the Broncos actually beat the Chiefs. We're talking about the Kansas City Royals have won a World Series more recently than the Broncos beating the Chiefs. Look, this is a legendary sweep. Things that our dreams are made of. Shout out to Ray for the trifecta. He's even picking Kansas City this week.
And I'm
It's a
surprised.
home game,
I'm
short week.
surprised.
Yeah, Ray. Ray's like, hey, it's an obvious one. He wants a nice bounce back week. He's gonna take the easy wins. Sometimes you just gotta take the easy ones and put them in your pocket. So
Hey,
that's what we're
yeah,
doing
that's what
this
I'm
week,
saying.
Ray.
That's what you got to hit a few of them mid
All
range
right, we got
jumpers.
a
If it's there, you got to take it.
we got a nice another early London game. These early bright wake up, cook your breakfast, watch a little football, maybe have a little scotch in your cup. A little Ravens versus Titans action.
And man, where did I think that I would be to the point where thinking that this game was going to be kind of hard to pick? Because the Ravens, they're losing games that they shouldn't. The Titans are winning games that they shouldn't. Uh, honestly, I'm gonna go with the Titans. This is probably the only time I do it this season. I'm going with the Tennessee Titans over the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore, they played a great game last week, but they still lost. And it's just like if you let the Titans linger, they've shown on more than one occasion, like, okay, well, if y'all gonna let us be in the game, we're probably gonna mess around and win the game. So I'm going with the Titans. You can call it an upset, but it almost just seems like it's balancing out. I'm going with the Titans. Oh, we must have a lot of shock and awe, or we got them froze a moment.
Little right there. They couldn't believe it that you actually took the Titans. Look, and this is a tough game to pick. This is really hard, and it shouldn't be. This should not be a hard game to pick. Ray's gonna go with Baltimore. I'm riding with Ray. Let me see if I can get his comment on the screen. There we go. Shout out Ray for another correct prediction there with the Ravens. Even though, man, it really is a toss up. That has upset potential all over it. It truly does.
Mm-hmm. And I nailed it last week. Let's do it again.
All right, well let's get another trifecta back on the board. It's always nice when the entire show is on the same page, and we have the Panthers versus the Miami
Ah,
Dolphins.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen. As much as I would love to see Miami lose, like no other, like I would so thoroughly enjoy it. There's just no way the Panthers aren't built for this. They're not built for anything. I mean, they're built to give your team a win. So if you ever need a win and you look and see Carolina's on your schedule, just know you're at least going to win that week. There's always something to look forward to. There's brighter days ahead. Um, Ends win. That's easy.
Yeah, and this to me, it's just this is a blowout game. This is really the least competitive. Ray's going Miami. I'm going Miami. This is too easy of a trifecta to ignore. Let's move on because that's just too easy to pick from. Too easy to pick on the Panthers on that one. You can get yourself in trouble in that game. The next game on the list. This is a tough one too. Saints versus Texans.
Yeah, let's see. Houston done burned me enough. I'm going with the Saints. Like I said, they on the journey to being 12-5 in the ugly division, and these are the kind of wins that they need to get there. So I'm going with the Saints over the Texans. Um, it's just what it is at this point.
Ooh, and this one is tough for me because this has trap game written all over it. I really think the Saints should win. Look, you and Ray are both thinking the same thing. He's going Saints as well. And I feel like the smart pick should be the Saints. But
Be a
these
smart man.
Texans are
Trifecta this thing.
they're 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 a feisty team. And I feel like I'm gonna look back on this game and go, I should have picked the Texans, but I'm going with the
Hey, hey,
trifecta.
hey, hold on. Oh, okay. No. You're making the right pick. I'm saying don't let this be the Jags and Bengals situation. I'm telling you, this is
Mm,
gonna happen.
you're right. You're right. Let's stay. Let's keep it safe. Like I've been on a nice little win streak this season.
Yeah, hit that mid
Let's
range.
keep
Ain't
it
nothing wrong
safe.
with taking two.
Let's go Saints. Yeah. right. It feels more like a Sean Kemp dunk, but the Rain Man don't it don't always rain, I guess. Ooh, our favorite bandwagon team of the off season. Here we go. We've got the
Uh-oh.
Washington Commanders at the Atlanta Falcons.
Ooh, now
What you thinking?
this is a tough one to pick, but uh I'm going with the Falcons. The Dirty Birds, like I said, they still a prominent chance to make the playoffs, especially in the division. And it's kind of the same reason why I give the Saints a little edge here. Uh, the Commanders, they've shown flashes, but they've also shown that there's still some kind of disarray going on there. Not saying that Atlanta's a well-oiled machine by any means, but they got enough to get the job done here. I'm going with Atlanta, with the Birds.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The Commanders have given up the most sacks in the NFL. It's a garbage offensive line, and that is one of those scary stats. I mean, you got a young quarterback that's just constantly getting hit. Terrible recipe for success, in my opinion. Rays going Falcons. I don't know if that. There we go. Let's get that popped up there. I'm going Falcons. We got another trifecta on the board. Look, we're all winning or we're all losing at this point. Dang it!
I'm
Like
trying to tell you.
we're all gonna have a good together. It's what it's like here.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic week.
All right, another easier game to kind of predict. We have the Colts versus Jags. Does Gardner Minshew get it done? We got Gardner Mania. Is that what you believe in? You sticking with the
And
Prince's promise?
dude, I've been picking these Colts, man, and I should have picked them again last week. It's just something about when Uncle Rico play, the Colts win the game. But at the same time,
Mm.
Uncle Rico ain't never played the Prince, so I gotta go with the Jags in this game, dude. But I would not be surprised if the Colts won. I just at this point I wouldn't be because, dude, like I said, he's right fit. What? So he's got about 3 wins on his belt. Like I said, he's good for 8 wins, dude. So good night. This is a tough one, but I'm going with the Jags with the Prince that's promised. I'm going to Jags.
Yeah, this one has trap game written all over it.
Right.
And the reason is because the situations like this, where me, you, and Ray are all looking at the Jags like this is light work Sunday. Get it done. That's what we're going. We're going to hit the trifecta and say, Jags, just don't any given
Get it
Sunday
done.
this. Don't let Uncle
Exactly.
Rico. There's no mountains in Florida, okay? So he can throw it
Exactly.
wherever he wants. You got to be careful.
Right.
You can hit the whole
Right.
field.
Right. I'm trying to tell you, he can throw it a
Now the
quarter
ball
mile
don't.
all he wants, as long as it's incomplete.
What you got to remember is the ball travels different at sea level. We ain't got that elevation.
Right.
Shout out Duval and all the Jags fans, even though I don't like y'all. Next game on the list,
Shout out to y'all.
Seahawks versus Seahawks versus Bengals. We've got a
And
banger. This is woof.
and I'm going with the Seahawks, dude. Like I told you, they're my Super Bowl pick, and they're quietly, honestly, the sneaky, maybe the third best team in the NFC. Honestly, like I said, people will give it to the Niners, they'll give it to the Eagles, but I'm guarantee I think either one of them want to play the Seahawks. I really don't think so. They remind me of how the Baltimore Ravens should be. They're that scary team that can beat you any
Mm.
Sunday, and more than likely, if you don't bring your A+ game, you're gonna get stung, dude. I'm going with the Hawks. I know Joe Burrow and them they caught fire last weekend, but dude, the Seahawks been rolling. And like I said, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. I'm riding with the Hawks still.
And we might be setting a record tonight because Ray's
That's
going Hawks, and I
come on, Ray.
really absolutely there's very few teams I hate as much as the Seahawks. and I'm going to pick them. I hate to do it. It would make my family so proud seeing me pick Seahawks, but it's just we try to speak the truth here, and the Seahawks are a quietly underrated team. They're not talked about. They're not flashy, even though they can be. They can be. It's a dangerous
Dude, and this
game.
Geno Smith to DK Metcalf connection has been getting better and better, dude. They've been looking good
Mm.
together, and that's what I'm saying. Like, they it all started last year. They wrote Geno off. He said, but I never wrote back. They said, Geno, and I'm right there with you. I'm riding past you. We ain't even looking back. Let's head to the Super Bowl, Geno. Let's do it.
And I believe this next game, I might have had it right in the preseason. I might have to double check the tape, but we have the Vikings versus the Bears, and I think I might have got it right.
I think we probably both did. Did we have a split? Well, I think we had a split on that, but there's no doubt in my mind at this point the Bears are winning this game. Um, the Vikings are officially done, and I hate for it to sound that way because they still my boys. I'm still a Kirk Cousins fan. I will forever be a Kirk Cousins supporter because, like I said, his numbers calls for the support. Like I said, people try to pull up wins and stuff like that. Like Kirk Cousins got more yards and probably more wins than your favorite quarterback, unless your favorite quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. So you really
For
can't tell me too much about nothing else at this point. But the Bears, the team is better. They're striding. They're making different moves. The Vikings are just in disarray. They're missing their best weapon now officially. It's over. Hopefully, man, maybe we trade Kurt, get him out of there, maybe get him down somewhere where he can go ahead and take a team to compete this year. Heck, maybe get him in Indianapolis or something temporarily, or who knows? Go to the Jets. That's what I need him, or go back to the Commanders. He could take them. But I'm going with the Bears. Who you got, Mister KC?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. In the preseason, we were high on Justin Fields. He had a rocky start, but they're starting to click. They're starting to get it
Yes, sir.
together. He's learned that he's got a number one wide receiver in DJ Moore. The
Yes,
Vikings ain't
sir.
got nothing. Look, I talk trash. I wanted the Vikings to do terrible this year,
You
and
did,
they're
and you
doing much
get
worse
the
than I had
wish.
predicted.
Yeah.
So good to be right
Congratulate. No,
sometimes.
I give you that.
That and Justin
Dude,
or Jordan Love being a bust really starting to get me excited.
well, the jury's still out on that one. But we'll take the trifecta. Thank you, Ray.
We got the trifecta with Ray with the Bears. I'm not sure if I got him up there or not.
Oh yeah, the comment popped up. We got it here.
Oh, there it goes. It popped up. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
next game on the list is 49ers at Browns, Cleveland Browns.
Well, at this point here, you just don't choose against the 49ers, I guess. And especially if they're about to play Cleveland. So I'm going to go ahead for the first time. Well, no, is this the first time I picked the Niners this year? No, it couldn't be.
It might
Maybe.
be. It's got to be
It might
close.
be. It
It's
feels like it's the
it
first
might
time.
be.
Oh, goodness.
This is when Brock Purdy
Oh,
loses his first game.
oh,
This is when Dude with the Beard
yeah.
finally gets on the Brock Purdy train. Listen here, folks. This
Let's
you
go,
have
be purred.
potential.
We going with the
Uh,
Niners.
watch out for these Browns. This could be the upset. Beard has officially picked the Niners.
I
He's
have
called them undefeated. Look at him.
undefeated.
He's calling them undefeated, talking about
Can't nobody
maybe
stop
we're
them.
seeing these Niners Seahawks in the NFC Championship game.
I'm
It could
telling
happen.
you,
It
the
really could
Seahawks got to
happen.
be the one to do it. It's got to be DK
Mm,
Metcalf snatches touchdowns on
but
Traverse
be
Ward.
careful. We got to, and we're setting records here with the trifecta. So
Oh, are we?
we're all
I'm,
walking out of this next week
dude.
with a pretty
I'm trying.
similar record.
Dude, either we're on fire right now, or we're doing so terrible that it don't. We need to postpone next week's show if we do that bad.
Yeah, I might have to do a parlay of every pick against this, just because how obvious some of these gotta seem. You know what I mean? Like we're all just like, yeah, this is easy.
This
For
is what it
Niners
is,
over
right?
Browns. Duh. Duh.
Or maybe us as football savants have taken enough L's to know, like, okay, well, we know exactly where this is gonna go. Maybe that's
Yeah,
what's happening. Maybe the stars are aligning.
right.
Why
And
not?
if you look at Ray's picks, one week he'll be a little down, and next week he's a little up. So he had his down week. I'm expecting. Hey, we're about to watch us hit a perfect 12-0 week. It could very well
Good
happen.
night.
Just the way we're at. I think
Worst
we've
case
only got one or
scenario,
two games.
I'm trying to tell you, worst case scenario, maybe one loss. Who knows? We'll see. Because
Right.
good night. This thing is
Here
shaping
we
out good.
go. Next banger of the list. New England Patriots featuring Mac, Pro, Bowl, bench warmer, Jones versus the Las Vegas Raiders. What is happening in this game?
It's easy to see what's gonna happen in this game. The Raiders are gonna win, and I don't know what's happening in Patriot Land, and I might have to go ahead and do it now since we're here. We're on the air. New England. I don't know how much I've bled for you over these last 2 years, but just like how I had to pull Mr. KC away from certain things, I'm pulling myself away from you.
Mm,
I just can no longer do it, ladies and gentlemen. New England, I've given you so much benefit of the doubt. You've been in so many opportunities to prove me right, and you just seem to not want it. Zach Wilson and the Jets look better than you guys, and I
yep.
feel it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So good night. This will be you. I'll probably never pick the Patriots again. I renounced them to win the AFC East as my original pick. As of right now in the East, I don't care who wins because all of them are terrible in my opinion. But
That's
the
the
Patriots
thing.
are by far the worst team.
Mm. I've tried to warn you. We going on. You get solid 2 years of don't do this. Don't do it. I understand. I had the Lions last season where they just could do no
But
wrong.
at least they're bouncing
You
back
know,
now.
they are. They are. And shout out to the Detroit Lions Syndicate YouTube channel. Uh, keep your notes on what our predictions were and where they finish. For some reason, you got really mad that I predicted a playoff spot. So shout out to you. um, Ray is also going with the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Raiders. Let's 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 not confuse it. It's the Max Crosby is a beast. He might be secretly defensive player of the year the way he's been
He's
playing.
working on it.
These man, every time you watch highlights of the Raiders and on defense, it's full of Max Crosby. He's a bad man.
Yeah, we need him in Kansas City.
I'd take a Matt Crosby
Oh
and
yeah.
Chris Jones. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
hmm
ooh.
And hopefully Karloftis can finally hold up his end of the bargain and beat another. But dude, let's talk about. Oh, we'll have to talk about it later. But
Yeah,
if
we'll
my
talk
boy
that
Mike
in
Dana, if Mike Dana don't stop making plays, I keep trying to tell people,
a minute.
sack master.
Next on the list, we have the Lions at the Buccaneers.
And ladies
Ooh,
and gentlemen, this game uh would have been harder for me to pick had it been 2 weeks ago. But at this point, I've learned that you just go ahead and roll with the Lions. Even though I think the Buccaneers could win this game, I almost think they probably will. But we're going with the Lions, man. Line up, ain't that what y'all say down there in Detroit? What's the saying, Mr. K? You're the local Lion fan here. What's the chant? How do we cheer these
I
Lions?
believe what they say in Detroit is, can I have a dollar, sir?
Well, no, we know their
oh,
natural
oh,
habitat, natural
sorry.
status. Can we get
Okay,
clean water?
sorry.
Okay.
Are you gonna finish that cheeseburger? Um,
Right.
just that's a personal Detroit
Can I
experience.
clean your wheels? Can I clean your windshield?
Yeah.
You know, we started making cars. Ha! Yeah, I've heard it all. Yes.
Uh-oh. Ray's breaking the trifecta trend. He's
See?
going
Oh,
Tampa Bay. I hate to tell you, these bums are no longer bums. These lines are legit teams. And I'm right there with Beard. If this was 2 weeks ago, I'm probably picking Tampa Bay. I really
right.
probably am. And it's a close one. And I hope Tampa Bay wins. Shout out Tampa. We're
Really
trying to do it out here in the A13 or wherever we're at. Uh,
do.
um, next game on the list. Nice. Let's get back on the trifecta. Little Cards versus Rams action.
Oh yeah, and at this point, dude, the Cards. Why do they seem more viable now than they have in the past 3 years? Like we entered NFL Week 6, and we actually think the Cards can win a game. Because if it was this time last year, we know who's winning this. Like but now that the light is slightly on, oh, it makes it tough. It kind of makes it tough. Matter of fact, Mr. Casey, who you going with? Maybe I gotta wait. Maybe I gotta stew
Uh,
on this one.
I am, even though Call of Duty has not been released yet, I am going to actually still go with the Rams. Uh, Look, the Cardinals are a feisty, underrated team. And just like you said, like this should not be a matchup. This should be a blowaway game. But Dobbs is a, a viable starting
Murray stuff.
quarterback. Yeah, he works. It's working. I mean, you don't need Kyler Murray in this. Like, how is this an improved team? This doesn't make any. It does not make any sense. How this is a better team than what it was last year.
Right.
Ray's doing it too. He's going with the Rams. We got one more. We got C. We got C for
I'm
one more.
coming on. I'm going to. I picked the Rams last year. They was my team. I was riding with them hard. Let me go ahead and pick them. Pick it back up. Let's go with the Rams, man. Let's go ahead
We
and
got
complete
Cooper
the
Cup back.
trifecta. They got Cooper
We
Cup
got
back,
Cooper Cup.
and they looked pretty sharp. So I'm gonna go with the Rams. Let's do it.
Yeah, and they got that rookie wide receiver whose name I'll never be able to pronounce,
Never.
and or never, but he's pretty solid too.
Yeah.
The next game on the list, a feisty one. Is this upset time? We've got Eagles versus Jets in New York or Jersey. A little asterisk there, but Eagles Jets. Which thinking?
Honestly, this could be the upset, dude. That Jets defense is still legit. Like it's still tough. Zach Wilson, though, are y'all gonna be able to score enough to beat the Eagles? And you probably can't, honestly. But football any given Sunday, I knew you was gonna beat the Broncos, but that's the Broncos. The Eagles ain't really got it either, though. So that's
Oh,
what kind of
Eagles
this
are
would be the
undefeated.
most, huh?
They're undefeated.
Yeah,
Nobody's
but
beaten.
it's almost like last year. They ain't played nobody either. Not any team that's
And
up to snuff.
that's what we're looking at this
But
week.
okay, well let's go with the Eagles there. Let's ride. Fly
All right,
Eagles, fly.
fly Eagles fly. We're talking about a bottom 10 team
And I
versus an
hope the
easy
Jets
top
win,
10 team. This
even
is
though
one
I
of those.
picked against.
And I'm gonna have to donate a win to you if, for some reason, the Jets win that game. But
I'm
I
trying to
just
tell
don't
you, you
see
got to
it.
give me that. My soul's
Uh,
with y'all Jets, but I'm gonna have to go with these Eagles for the sake of this record. But either way, it sounds like I got a win coming. It's a win-win situation.
uh,
Oh,
we have another burial game. This next one, Sunday night football. I don't know. They should have flexed this. I don't know why this is Sunday night football. We have the Giants, the New York Giants versus the Buffalo Bills. Canada versus New Jersey. Who wins?
unfortunately, it's gonna be the Bills. Um, Vanilla Vic and these Giants. There's just too much going on. They refuse to get weapons. I just Darren Waller is the best worst tight end in history because like he meets every box, every intangible, but he can't catch to save his life. Uh, you Justin Jalen Hyatt, you drafted him. He's just nowhere to be found. And I almost wanted him to be a chief too. And then they went with Rasheed Rice. So maybe they seen something that I didn't. But at the same time, it just doesn't seem like this Giants offense, like they need a new coordinator. They need to actually get some receivers. Like I don't know what it is about these folks that just refuse to spend money on offense. I don't know what it is, but it's costing them everything. And now they're going to lose to the sorry ass Buffalo Bills, all because
Mm.
y'all didn't want to get a good receiver. That's it. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
so
and
tired.
it's and it's sad because I mean you can go watch the preseason tapes. We make our prediction before the season when we're just trying to look so far out in advance that sometimes you get blinded that you just don't see the failure that's right in front of you. The Giants hoodwinked us. We went on we we went to New York City and they were nowhere to be found.
Man,
It's unbelievable. It's sad to see what's happened, and this is kind of a burial moment when the Bills give us that trifecta with Ray of Buffalo Bills beating the Giants. It's sad, and that's an easy one. That's and I hate to say it, Teacher Talking Sports, a fellow YouTuber, has called this the lock of the week for Survivor Pool. Pick Buffalo Bills. You're guaranteed to advance. He's a
lock
Giants
up
fan.
the week. Good
Lock of
night.
the
Yes,
week.
Steve said it. It's probably happening. So
Man.
good night.
Yeah,
And it's
I'm
so
right there.
sad, but luckily the Giants are so terrible they can be in the hunt, the Marvin Harrison Jr. Hunt. Hopefully, they can, maybe that could work out, dude. But good night,
They're looking like they in that Caleb Williams run, if we're being completely honest. It would just go ahead and it won't do anything. It'll be pointless. But
it won't because there's still nobody to throw the
it
ball to.
is,
So my
yeah,
thing is, you might as well keep Vanilla Vic. At least get Marvin Harrison Jr. Then if that don't work out, at least 2, 3 years down the road, you can get another guy maybe. But
yeah.
good night.
And you'll
You've
still
got
have
to get a
Marvin Harrison
playmaker.
Jr.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. You've got to get a playmaker for this offense because
Mm.
Saquon, as good as he is, he's just not the guy to bust this offense wide open. You need a playmaker. Like you
And
haven't had one since Odell, and then before then they didn't have one since Victor Cruz. Like where's your token receiver like how you used to have? Like dude, Victor Cruz was he used to wreck defenses. Like you
well,
need a guy, you need a playmaker, man.
you got the ex crackhead tight end, so you got that going for you.
There's that. Yeah. Like I said,
Oh
all the
man.
intangibles but terrible hands.
All right, we got a banger for Monday night. This is this is a killer Monday night game. I'm excited for it. Are you ready for football?
Are you
We
ready for some football?
we have the Dallas Cowboys, America's team,
No longer.
no longer for 20 years, playing the Los Angeles Chargers in LA, where you will have more Cowboys fans than Chargers fans.
For sure. The disparity of fandom is by far without no shadow of a doubt, LA has the most non-existent fan base in all the sports. Like the dog pound in Cleveland, like
Mm.
everybody has loyal, dedicated for even the Cardinals. But nobody messes with the Chargers. Like they just don't do it. It's just not what it is. But this weekend, LA, I'm messing with you because I'm done with Dallas. Chargers, bolt up, get it done.
Mm. Oh, this is a tough one for me because I'm a big fan of the Cowboys defense. I
I know
truly,
it,
really am.
But after that throttling they took, the expose of the week. It's just like how
Mm.
when we played the 49ers last year. Oh, number one defense. Boom, hang up 40 on them. Huh? That was the number one? Good night. So
Yeah, so I'm going to look at the quarterback matchup, and Herbert's not the he's not a world champion or nothing, but you know what he's not? He's not Dak
he's not
Prescott.
throwing 3 picks on back to back drives.
Mm, mm. He might actually.
Well,
But
you,
yeah, look,
you might get two off of them, but that third one it'd be rare occasion. Rare
right.
occasion.
So let's end the night with the trifecta. Let's hit that, Ray.
Dude,
Man, just another one and another one.
another one.
Man, they were all over. I think we had two games, maybe two out of the 12. That ain't bad. We're having a
Yeah, I
solid week.
actually think so. 2 out of the 12, all because y'all didn't want to pick these Titans. Or did Ray
Uh,
pick the Titans? No, I was the only one who picked the Titans. Yeah.
yeah, well, me, no Titans over here. We even
They're
got
playing the
ready to
Ray.
pick. We even got ready to pick Kansas City this week. It's a good week.
I Ray know he need to pick Kansas City every week, even if it is against Denver. And Ray, you my dog, but you know good and well. I told you last week. I was like, you see how good they played. The Jets played the Chiefs. There wasn't no way Denver was gonna beat them.
No,
And
that was
I'm just sorry to say it was just no way, no way. Stop playing. You can't beat if you can't beat the standard, then you know you can beat everything subpar. And
right.
Denver's the most subpar team in the AFC West.
And we really watched Green Bay go out there, and Jordan Love just put out that sting fest that he did. And really, if you watch it, he
It's
makes
a
some okay
collective issue.
throws.
It
And-
was a collective issue. They lost that
yeah,
game. It was a
and a couple
collective.
of them, I think maybe one for sure, but maybe there's a second. Like two out of the three interceptions were probably tipped. Like
Yeah,
just bad. You can't.
Watson. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's just a collective. I mean, he's not terrible, but he also had no touchdowns. That tells you a lot. That tells you a whole lot about Jordan Love.
it does. It does, especially in the I would say the preliminary that we've seen. We through the first quarter, we've seen some highs and lows. I like to see how they bounce back. But I would say this, and I say with the utmost confidence, there's more upside to this Jordan Love situation than there is to this Russell Wilson in Denver, and I'd put $100 on it.
Well, the upside is you're not stuck in a contract for 250
Well,
million.
the upside is you're gonna win a good amount of games though. How many games
Uh,
Denver done won, and who they had to beat to get it, and barely did that to scrape. They scraped by for that one.
I think they just got the one, don't they? They just got
The
the one.
one
No.
exactly, the one on the Bears, which they should have lost.
Yeah, they really. That game was. I was real disappointed
Yeah, the
in the
ugliest
Bears for
game I
that
ever
one.
seen. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
they,
But you're
they,
playing. But this is a 10 or 12-year veteran versus a second year guy who getting it together. Really second
right.
year, third year, but really second year.
Yeah. Shout out to the Ohio State putting out a couple quarterbacks. They got a couple of them out there.
Shout out to you, Teach. I know you don't like it, but there it is. Shout out to these Buckeyes. Shout out to the program. I'm trying to tell you, because even C.J. Stroud's not looking bad. Like I
Not
said,
bad.
there's some guys out here who's
He's
doing it.
okay.
Yeah, he's okay. R.I.P. Dwayne Haskins, all kind of stuff, man. It's part of the game, it's part of life. But at the end of the day, they both look better than Russell Wilson, and I would take either one before Russell Wilson. So there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say if you don't, yeah, that's the quickest boil down. That's the easiest two minus one. Yeah, yeah,
Right. Yep. Yep.
yep.
Look, I'm not a math expert, but two minus
Hmm.
one is always going to be, yep. It's
Always gonna be that one.
always be
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wrap that bad
And
boy up.
and I say that with all disrespect. because it's Denver. So
Right. Don't
with
take
all
it. Don't try to confuse it for something else.
right,
Right.
oh yeah, don't confuse us for nothing else. This is with all disrespect, all malice, everything included. Uh, like what I keep telling you, the best thing about the Denver Broncos getting Russell Wilson is what I always say, Mr. KC, it's because he brought Sierra with him. Like that, that's
Mm.
it. Good night. That's the only thing.
And my favorite thing about that
Ooh,
situation is we can go back to video one. It's just me ranting on about how this was a terrible, terrible trade. Broncos just got fleeced. Why are you so excited? And Broncos fans didn't want to hear none of that. They wanted to shut all that down. You can go to the Broncos preseason video, which is our second highest viewed preseason video, and they called me a hater.
you know, we've understand that a lot of people are delusional. Yes, sir, Ray. You have a great week too. Great picks, by the way.
Yeah, you're doing excellent this week, Ray. I guarantee it. Promise
Yes,
you
sir.
that. But yeah,
Man,
it's wild. It's just wild to know that we both had that same. We were both on that anti Russell Wilson train from the get go, and it was easy to spot.
I keep telling her there's only one deal that's worse, and that's the Deshaun Watson. I'm trying to tell you, dude. He was cleared to play, and then he was like, "No, let me just sit this thing out. Throw this dude in. Let's just
He's
lose another game because I don't feel like playing." Like, dude,
he.
stop.
I mean,
Give me the check. Stop.
in fairness, he's given you an
Playing.
opportunity to look at other quarterbacks.
Well, I
You
guess so. I guess he's looking at. He's fully guaranteed, so I guess he can look out for the team. They
right?
getting that bread either way.
Hey, let's see what this backup's got, man. Y'all
Right.
drafted him in the fifth round for a reason. Let's maybe he can take my job. Look,
Oh God.
he's been okayish this season.
Oh
He's
God.
looked better than Wilson, even though some people are trying to hype
Has he?
Wilson up.
I was even
Maybe
has he?
it is.
Oh,
That is a good question. Who has been better this season?
because you want to talk about? I keep telling you, I know the Vikings ain't got nothing going on, but at least their quarterback situation ain't in so much turmoil and fire. They probably gonna get rid of Kirk Cousins. But at least you know what you got, why you got it, dude. Y'all got these dudes who are who's years removed past their prime. I think we already saw the best Deshaun Watson back in Houston. We've clearly already seen the best Russell Wilson. So I all this to try to beat Patrick Mahomes. You are insane. You go and get these relics to try to beat the brand new thing fresh off the lot. It don't make sense. You don't go get a 1988 that only can do about 80 miles, even if it's got a 350 in it. When you got when you got a supercharged Hellcat screeching up, screaming up to the even before you even get to the starting line, you hear it coming about a mile down the road. Like you just don't do it. It's just certain things you don't do.
Yeah, that ain't no lie. It ain't no lie. It's wild to see, and it's crazy to see some teams fold, and then some teams. If you look at like the Texans and the Cardinals, we're just really outperforming what the bottom tier team that everyone assumed they would be.
Hmm.
It's those are always like the underdog. It's nice to see, especially when you get like the Cardinals beating the Cowboys type games, like where it's
Hmm.
just it proves any given Sunday, too much money in Vegas will make a game go the other way, kind of
Right.
situation.
And you love her, and Denver probably very well is in the Caleb Williams hunt. Because, like I said, what I keep telling you, the only way they're going to get out of this is to bite the bullet and blow this thing up. Draft you a rookie that you ain't got to pay. You can keep him for 5 years. The only way you're going to get from under that Russell contract. You got to blow this thing up And you gotta get rid of Sean Payton too. I keep trying to tell you.
Mm,
They kept trying to tell me he's the quarterback whisperer. He's a football savant. He ain't shit. He's the same dude who I told y'all he was. He got lucky because Drew Brees fell in his lap.
mm,
Like I said, it
mm,
reminds me of Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers fell in his lap. Like, stop playing. Stop acting like these coaches are benevolent when they're not even good. Like I said, we talking bounty games. We didn't got to get to talk about how a greaseball Sean Payton is. You know what I'm saying? But him as a football coach, talking about quarterback coach, stop playing, dude. You inherited a Hall of Famer, and you were blessed. You got lucky. Just like Mike McCarthy, because as soon as you,
mm.
like I said, Russell Wilson thought he didn't need Pete Carroll, so you go link up with Sean Payton. As soon as y'all link up, it's still a dumpster fire.
Ooh, and it don't get any more dumpster than that. It just truly don't. It's wild. Ugh, it's beautiful to
That's what I'm
see.
saying. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. I'm relishing every moment. I just love it because these folk are so crazy. They're so stupid. Like it's so sold on the dream. I don't know what it takes. I don't know what these people got in their mind, but if tomorrow's not the nail in the coffin, then it'll come up again sometime soon. Because, dude, they've got to do something. If they don't do it now, their franchise can be terrible the next. They've already been bad the last 8 years, 9 years, 9 years. So after that, what, you gonna add another nine on? Because you're still trying to figure it out?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, oh,
Yeah, actually.
oh, good night. Yeah.
I did have a prediction of at least a decade of sweeping, and I think the
About there.
Chiefs are getting close to it,
Getting
working on it.
close. Working on it for sure. Because even the last few years we have split with Peyton, but the full sweeps have been on since 17. Or is it 17 when the full sweep started? Something like that. 16, 17 in that window. It's, either way, it's treacherous times for these Broncos. And like I said, when you buy your first car and they sign that title over to you and you know you own it, it just makes it a little more special when you drive it. And I know that's how Pat feel every time you see the Broncos come up. You just when you just know you're going to get a dub that day. Like nothing can
Mhm.
stop you. Wake up, you wake up. There's nothing but smiles and rainbows. Your wife done made breakfast. She done already took the kids out somewhere. You ain't got to hear nothing. It's just wake up, beat Denver day, and that's what tomorrow is
Right.
for Patrick Mahomes. Wake up and beat Denver
Mm.
as tradition.
As tradition, folks. We are live every Wednesday night at 9:30. We appreciate y'all coming and checking us out. Make sure you bet responsibly and all that good stuff.
Oh
We
yeah.
will definitely appreciate seeing you next week.
Yes, and definitely follow us on Twitter at the Bold Petition Sports Media. It's all in the link down there. Email us if you want to become a sponsor. If you got questions, you want to be featured on the show, holler at us. We right here. We love to hear your take. We love to have you on, chew your ear off, and see why you don't think Kansas City is the best unless you come on in full agreement. But either way, it's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. I'm that dude with the beard. He's Mr. KC. We'll see